I got the horse.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forrester. We're going to go through the Sunday, July the 16th races at beautiful Hastings Racecourse. Weather's supposed to be spectacular again. We have 8 races on tap. Headed by the Spaghetti Mouse. It'll be early in the card. It'll be race number 2.
First running of the Spaghetti Mouse.
Yes, named after the
top
BC's
BC
richest earner. Spaghetti Mouse, of course, campaigned by Nick and Pauline Felicella. Trained by a few different trainers, Gary Demarest.
Gary Demarest started out with Gary Demarest Barn,
Ned Sams for a while.
Yep.
And, yes, but Spaghetti Mouse, one of the nicest horses bred by the Stewarts. Bill and Susan Stewart.
What did he make? Just under, they're trying to get to $1 million. He was like 940 or something like that. 9 something, yeah.
But it's a cool horse. He won the BC Derby under Dave Wilson.
Yep.
Neat horse, Spaghetti Mouse, and another one. Very, it's great to see a race named for one of our best BC breds of all time. Yes. Okay, let's get into the action. Race number 1, Fillies and Mares, $4,000 claimers, going a mile on the 16th. I ended up on the 5. I'm a Diva 2. This is what she wants to do, is go a mile on the 16th. The best races are going long. I just see her getting a pretty favorable pace in here with 2 Bullet, 4, fourth in command. I just see those two, not dueling, but just keeping honest fractions. And
give her something to run at.
I'm a Diva 2 who, just running into that Zygo last time. That was a good, at least shook off a little rust. I know she's been off for a while.
Yeah, it was her first start. Yeah.
But I'd like her to win it. But the 1-horse Catalina in for second. Liked her runner-up effort last time to Rio Hana. And I put the 3-horse Honey Skila, who was also coming out of that Rio Hana race. I think those are your 3 distance horses, 2, 4, and 6. They're questionable at a mile and a 16th. The 1, 3, and the odd-numbered horses are not questionable. They've proven they can handle the distance. I went 5, 1, 3.
I mean, I'm with you. I mean, I think it's I'm a Diva and then pick him after that. I think she's an extremely likely winner. She's going to be a short price, but she deserves to be. She looks like a handful in here. I actually went to 4th in command in the 2nd spot. She's only run long once, and that was off a 6 weeks layoff last summer, and it was a decent one with Today's the Day, Shayla's Rose. McPherson's doing a very good job. Well, he always does, but he's having another very good year. And I just, she's a wild wonder and a 2nd in command of a wild wonder mare. I'm feeling like she will get the distance. I'm going to take a shot for her in the 2nd spot. And Catalina, as you mentioned, good runner-up effort to Rio Hana. She deserves respect in here. I put her in the 3rd spot. 5, 4, 1 for me. In the 1st, on to the 2nd, the aforementioned Spaghetti Mouse. $50,000 stake for 2-year-olds going 6 furlongs. Field of 5 in here, and I think it goes through the first 3. I went to He's the Reason. Interesting, of course. Glenn Todd has 2 in here, 2 very nice horses who've already broke their maiden. And Lopez lands on He's the Reason. He was very impressive when he won. Good post for this. I got him on top of Boundary Bay, the other Glenn Todd runner in here. Full brother to Obi Harbor. He could go long. Aaron Grider. Top rider. Good to see Aaron come back and ride one for Glenn Todd. Of course, he was up here, what would it be, 2013, I believe, 2014?
2 or 3 years or 4 years since Aaron's been up here. He was a regular rider for Glenn. Good to see him back. He does ride Boundary Bay, top rider on him. I got Boundary Bay in the 2nd spot and Take the High Road. The only one who's ran 6 furlongs and absolutely crushed, 1 by 5. I don't know how tough that race was, though, compared to the race that He's the Reason and Boundary Bay won. Actually, Take Their High Road ran a very tough race against Boundary Bay. It's first got by him, but I like the way Boundary Bay came back and fought on. Now Take Their High Road doesn't have a distance one in them. Distance, if you want to call 6 furlongs a distance. But I think these 2 other ones get the distance as well. Tough to decide. I went 3, 1, 2. Yeah, I just flip-flop. I like Take the High. The victory goes through Take the High Road, I think. I mean, this horse ran well, set the pace. I think he'll be out there again. He set a quick pace. He was out there battling and then just drew off.
Yeah.
I agree. It wasn't the greatest of fields, but still, he's got to beat the bookend. He's bookended by Glenn Todd runners. And I think it's 2, 3, 1. But I wouldn't be surprised if any of them
1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I went 2, 3, 1. I like Take the High Road for Larry Potosny and Donna Gilbert and trainer Phil Hall. On to the 3rd race, maiden special, going 3.5 furlongs for 2-year-olds. We have 9 of them with 1 waiting to get in. I went to the 2 Appellant for Glenn Todd. This one's got obviously excellent works as usual. Out of the good race mare, Cage Mistress, who was as honest as they come. Midnight Loop is an excellent stallion. Who was a Breeders' Cup winner, sprinting. Unless he won going 7, but still a nice sprinter anyway. But Appellant has got the pedigree, the works, the connections. I got to try that one to defeat the 9 Allotment, who did do everything right in her debut. Did lose to my Aunt Mo, who's running a stakes race at Emerald today. That's why you won't see Amadeo Perez.
Yeah.
He's riding Bestraya in the older horse race, Princess Katie in the filly and mare stake, and my Aunt Mo in the Angie C or whatever the.
Yeah, that's right. It is the Angie C. Yeah.
In the 2-year-old filly stake in Washington. But Allotment did everything right. Experience edge. Wouldn't be surprised to see her win it. And I put the 4-horse prime copy of the Glenn Todd runner. Good third, behind Fastology and Wise Market. This horse ran well. That's a live race. It was a fast time.
Yeah.
And, Hamill rides. But Lopez does surface on the 2, and that's why I ended up going to that one. I went 294.
I agree with Appellant. I know they're really high on this colt, and as you mentioned, out of the very good mare Cage Mistress, Midnight Loot.
Nice mare. Oh,
she was really cool. Nice. Really cool mare, who was campaigned here as well by Troy Taylor and Glenn Todd. I got Appellant on top of Allotment. Those are the two look really tough in here. As you mentioned, Allotment running second to my IMO. I thought IMO was maybe the best of the 2-year-olds I saw so far.
Yeah, she's Uncle Mo.
Yeah, she ran second to her, so I was very impressed with that race. I put first Summer of the Mark Kluche barn. Mark did a very good job with his 2-year-olds. Good works for Canmore Farms and our friend Steve McDonald. The first Samurai, they paid $25,000 for at Keeneland. That one in third spot, and my other ones would have been prime copies mentioned. And I don't mind Sharp Contrast either. We've seen Bellamy Roads make a good impact here so far at this meet, and this is another Bellamy Road that's got some nice works. But I did go 2, 9, and 8 in the third. On to the fourth. That allowance race we talked about. For 3 and up, the 3-year-old race, 3-year-old stake race did not get enough. It did not go, so it does.
4.
Our top 3-year-old does land in here, AP Zona. So he gets a race to keep his progression towards the BC Derby. And I actually went with him just because I know he's a 3-year-old facing older horses, so he's at a bit of a disadvantage. But he's looked so professional his 2 races up here, and I think he's dying to go long. I think he just gets better. He's a big, good-looking horse. He's got a big stride. We saw it in action last time when he looked like there was no way he was going to get to drill at the head of the lane, and he started gathering up ground. He's got that big, long stride. He did get to him. And I got AP Zona to win this. I think he can pull off the win over the older horses. Put Silvertown in the second spot, 2 straight wins. I mean, who's going to go with him? There's no other gas in here. Crackdown, hopefully, maybe.
Crackdown's going to go with the blinkers on.
Yeah, they put the blinkers back on, so they're going to go.
Blew the start.
Took the blinkers off last time and did not go.
Wasn't even a factor.
Blinkers on, so he should press through Silvertown. That's also going to help AP Zona. Silvertown second, and I put Don't Hold Me Back. Of the older runners, he comes out of the livest kind of stakes race, a 4th behind Modern Venetian Mask and Calgary Caper. So I threw him in the 3rd spot. Don't Hold Me Back, 5-4-2.
Yeah, I had a lot of trouble. There are only 6 horses in here, and it's tough to assess. I'll quickly go through them all. Opportunistic, not on his game. I mean, obviously, he's just not. He needs this easier test is what he needs maybe to get on track. But I'm not going to hang my hat on him that he's going to do it today. He's just, he's been very average. And the 2-horse Don't Hold Me Back, very average. The 3 Crazy Prophet wants to go long, been rested up. I think this horse is live though. Didn't get a great trip last time in the Longdon, but prior to that sprinted. His races last year were very good. He was behind Opportunistic when he was good.
When he was the best 3-year-old here,
And still Crazy Prophet was nice. Silvertown, this is probably the best horse in the race. I know he's coming out of allowance races. He still has to avoid Crackdown on the outside for pace. And AP Zona, he still has to prove he can go long. He's like a Dazzling Dawn. They still have to do it before you. Anytime he's run long, he's failed. And until you do something, it's really tough to take 8-5 on a horse that has never proven he's done that distance. And so I'm not saying he's going to be 8-5, but he's going to be a short price, and he's in against older horses.
He's not going to be 8-1.
So he's a I don't know. I like Crazy Prophet. I mean, that's who I went to.
Yeah.
I think he wants to route. He's going to get a pace with Silvertown and Crackdown. I like the other 2 horses, Opportunistic, Don't Hold Me Back, aren't in form. And AP Zona still has to prove to me he wants to go long. So I'm willing to take 8-1 and Richard Hamill on Crazy Prophet. And if I lose, I lose. And so I don't mind taking this horse. I put Silvertown in for second and AP Zona for third. But that's the way I kind of saw it. I wasn't really loving anyone. It's just more a process of elimination where who I don't like and who I just don't, not that I don't like, just that you don't feel are at the top of their game right now. And Crazy Prophet, I can give him an excuse for his last race. His sprint, I can give him an excuse for sure. But he's not that far behind a lot of these horses, and showing off of his last year's form. But I'll try him. 3, 4, 5 in the 4th. On to the 5th race. Maiden $8,000 claimers, fillies and mares, going 6.5 furlongs. I like the one, Mayfair. That's the horse. I mean, this horse is going to be a short-priced favorite. Just got beat in her last.
It's not a clever pick, but she looks to stand out.
She looks like she's going to get the lead. I guess maybe Carol's Command can put some pressure on her. Got beat by her stablemate last time, but still ran a good race. It was good time. She's dropping from 16 to 8. There's a lot of things that point to Mayfair Lady. Enrique Gonzalez subbing for Amadeo, as we mentioned, is in Seattle riding. But I put the 9-horse Belly Girl in the mix. This horse was a good, also running for 16,000, and deserves some respect in here. And the 5-horse Bears Little Whisper, up in class, but still a good runner-up effort last time. But I thought Mayfair Lady was really solid.
Yeah, she looks like a standout. I mean, I'm with you, Mike. I don't have much to add. Mayfair Lady coming from 16, just getting beat there, and for 8, she's a handful. Belly Girl looks to be the second, logical one that can maybe upset her, coming off a good third at this level with Richard Hamill. Yep, nice work. And for the 3rd spot, I put Parody in. A first-time starter, the Craig McPherson barn. Out of that very nice mare, Starlight Strike. Stakes-winning mare. And a Stephen Got Even. So, the center down bear to Stephen Got Even, a good sire. So I'm taking a shot on Parody in the 3rd spot. 193 for me. In the 5th, on to the 6th. 10 horses, to 4,000, going 6.5 furlongs. I know, this is a tough one.
People are getting impatient.
I went to Ebony Warriors, coming up at 8 on 3, only got beat 2 lengths by very tough rock concert. Humphrey Ladd was in there, Mighty Mesa. That was a live race. Didn't have a great trip. He did get up, only got beat 2. Now he's in for 4 in a non-2 instead of a non-3. That suits him well. But he's in the 10 hole. I'm not crazy about that. But I got him on top of, I put Sonny's in Command in the 2nd spot. He had a brutal trip last time. Peace Arch was the dropper. Peace Arch was like the best bet of the day. He only gets beat in nose by Fear the Cat, but Fear the Cat went up the rail. This guy had to go 4 wide around everybody, and only got beat 2 3/4 by Peace Arch, so I think he's playable in here. I don't mind him. And Jon Snow's heating up, to say the least. And so I put him in the 2nd spot, and I put Silent Eagle. Not sure what happened last time. Kind of fell apart. The race before that was very good behind Hunter's Appeal and All Under Control. Those were both at 16, then a 16 on 3. Fell apart. They take the blinkers off. Antonio Reyes sticks with him. That's encouraging. Now in for 4 on 2. He's playable in here. I went 10, 3, and 2.
Yeah. I think the 2 and 10 are your best horses, Silent Eagle. If this horse does have a good race left in him, and I think he does, he's going to try without the blinkers. Just routed and didn't get near the lead and really folded up, just left town early and got beat a million lengths.
I love when they say beat 59.5.
I know, like it matters. Say 60.
Can we call it 60?
60, 59. Does it have to be the half? Prior to that, a really good effort, behind Hunter's Appeal, I thought, and battle on the pace, and that kind of effort wins the race. And Ebony Warrior, drew brutally. The only reason I didn't pick the 10, Ebony Warrior is going to have to overcome a lot.
I know, that's the one. I know that's the thing.
It's only negative, but because he has to come from off the pace, and he's got the 10 hole. He's going to have to overcome, 9 other horses.
Could get a brutal,
things. It's a recipe for a poor trip. And I put the 7-horse Requested Kiss. Gets back with Richard Hamill. I think that's a plus. Nothing against Kieran Kellowan. Rode a good race. Got in some trouble last time, but still, Richard had the key and won quite nicely on the horse. I think this horse could be the 3rd best. So I went 2-10-7 in race number 6. On the 7th race, $16,000 3-year-olds going 6.5 furlongs. Got to field the 7. Ended up on the 2. Hunter's Appeal. Kind of like this horse. I always liked him. I had a pretty good race last time for 25 against a much tougher field. Gets the drop back down to the claim price, and I think he's going to be pretty dangerous. But the 4-horse Blur's Final Command, another one dropping, been running in stakes, and then 25,000 last time. He might be able to get the lead in here. I'm not sure if he's fast enough to outrun Barkeeper and Kelson early, but if he is, he's going to be, I think, pretty tough. And I put Kelson in 3rd.
I'm pretty much with you. I put Hunter's Appeal on top. Only gets beat 2 by by some nice 3-year-olds. Imposing Cat, Naughty Newman, Tapatio.
Those are way better. Those are
that is a
2 to 5
considerably tougher race. In for 16, he looks to have the key to this. I put All Under Control in the second spot. Good second at this level, 2 back behind Hunter's Appeal. Only got beat half the length. Went into that optional 25. That was a bit of a disaster race for him. Yeah. But now Hamill switches to him. Hamill and Mike Anderson, always very tough together. All Under Control in the second spot for me, and I agree with you. Kelson took the big drop down to 8,000 last time, made no mistake, won by 4 or something over Footman, who came back to win for 8. He probably, was taking the edge, we'll say, in for 8, and 16 is more where he belongs. A straight 3-year-old, I think he fits well in here. 2, 1, and 7 for me in the 7th. On to the 8th. $4,000 claimant event for 3-and-up Colton Geldings. Going 6.5 furlongs. Probably landed on the same 3 horses, I would imagine here, Mike. There's 3 in here that look very tough. I got Merlot, who just won at this level. Coming from off the pace, I'm hoping that there should be enough pace in here to set it up for him. Power Corrupt, who's won 2 back at 4,000, went up to 62.50. Only got beat a length and a quarter by, look at those horses. Step Up for the Money, Nana's Buddy at the Ritz. Multiple winners. Now he gets back to a sprint. David Lopez and Mike Anderson teaming up well this year. And Cedarburg, he's always right there. I got him in the 3rd spot. 3, 1, and 5 for me.
Yeah, I agree. Those are the 3 horses. I went Power Corrupt on top. I thought, he's coming back quickly in a week, but still good effort against way better horses. Power Corrupt's live in here.
Yeah.
David Lopez picks up the mount. Of course, Hamill has to ride Merlot, who was very impressive in winning last time. I think those are your top 2. I put Cedarburg in for 3rd. Lenny Ciceron gets the call for off the claim for owner-trainer Drew Douglas, who claimed the horse for $4,000 off of the North American Thoroughbreds. But I don't know. I can see that horse win. He didn't get the best of trips last time. You give Ace Deuce and Sedin a shot as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that simple, but I mean those 2 horses, Ace Deuce, who's kind of a cool horse, and Sedin, who won last time. It's not as easy as 1-3-5.
Yeah, you're right.
I did go 1-3-5, but I think there are others in here. So I'm gonna head to Power Corrupt to win the finale. That'll do it for our analysis of the Sunday, July the 16th races. Next up on screen will be a quick recap of our selections. Back in race number 1, I went to the 5. I'm a Diva 2, gonna go 5, 1, and 3. Race number 2, I went to the 2, Take the High Road. 2, 3, and 1 in the Spaghetti Mouse, the inaugural running of the Spaghetti Mouse. Race number 3, I went to the 2, Appellant over the 9, Allotment, and I put the 4, Prime Copy in for 3rd. 4th race, number 3, Crazy Profit. A bit of a price in this one. I'm going to go 3, 4, and 5. Race number 5, it started late, pick 4. I went to the 1, Mayfair Lady. It looks pretty solid here. Could be a key, 195. Race number 6, I went to the 2, Silent Eagle over the 10, Ebony Warrior, 2, 10, and 7. Race number 7, I went to the 2, Hunter's Appeal. I'm going to go 2, 4, and 7. And in race number 8, I'm going to go to the 1, Power Corrupt, 1, 3, and 5.
On to my selections. There we go. Back at the first, I agree with Mike. With number 5, I'm a Diva 2. Looks to be very tough in here over the 4 and the 1. In the second, the 2-year-old boys take. I went to the 3, He's the Reason, over the 1, Boundary Bay, and the 2, Take the High Road. In the third, nice 2-year-old, another 2-year-old race. I went to the 2, first-time starter, Appellant over the 9, Allotment, and the 8, First Summer. In the 4th, a tough allowance race. I went to the 3-year-olds. Been very impressive so far. Number 5, AP Zona over the 4 and the 2. In the 5th, I agree with Mike on number 1, Mayfair Lady over the 9 and the 3. In the 6th, I went to the 10, way to the outside, Ebony Warrior over the 3 and the 2. In the 7th, I'm with Mike again. Number 2, Hunter's Appeal over the 1 and the 7 and the nightcap. I went to number 3, Merlot over the 1 and the 5.
All right, thanks everyone for tuning in to Handicappers Corner, and that'll do it for this edition. A quick reminder that our next live cards will be next Saturday, July 22nd, and Sunday, July 23rd. We will have lots of good racing action next weekend. Should be lots of fun this weekend, though. We got the Wiener Dogs on Saturday.
Yes, and Sunday. We got Wiener Dogs both days.
Both days, Saturday and Sunday. We got stakes races on each day and good weather, and that's all that matters. Should be a great afternoon down at Beanie.
Speaking of coming here for simulcasting, we always mention you can always stop by here.
Yes.
Del Mar starts on Wednesday. So
Wednesday. Saratoga next.
The following Wednesday.
Following Wednesday. Belmont is closing weekend at Belmont this week, and then so next Wednesday is Saratoga, which is always a celebrated meet.
Yes.
Once again, thanks for tuning in. On behalf of Drew, thanks, and we'll see you next time here at Handicappers Corner at the Derby Bar and Grill.